Yeah. Guys, there's Comedy Unleashed on a Tuesday. Let's hear it. Yes. And now you got to watch Ed Miliband do stand-up. And he's back in. He got back in. He snuck his way back in. What is he? He's now the MP in charge of net zero. He's in charge of achieving net zero. He's literally in charge of achieving nothing. I don't know. I'm glad the election's over, though. I'm done with all that. You know, with everything we've all collectively been through over the last couple of years, all the disease and the war and the protests and the gaslighting and the bullshit, I'm starting to miss the simplicity of 2019. Yeah? I can remember back then my entire generation was united in being furious at the elderly for voting for Brexit. And the general feeling was, this is all the old people's fault. Fuck all the old people. I hope something just comes along and wipes out all the old people. I'm so sorry, Andy, I do not mean that. Well, you know what they say, be careful what you wish for when you're talking on a Huawei phone. Now, I do appreciate you laughing at that one, sir, because you're now on a database somewhere in Beijing. What was your name, sorry?
Andrew.
And your postcode? Very smart. You know, I actually think we've got to give the elderly a bit more love and respect. You know, I spoke to my great auntie in the middle of the pandemic, and she's 92. And she said to me, Jonathan, I've lived through a lot, but I can tell you, I found this virus scarier than World War II. And that just made me think, how easy was war for women? I mean... yes, she did die from it, but, you know... She died from the old virus, but at least she died in the exact same way that she'd always lived, asking for a white doctor. And now it's over. No, I shouldn't joke about old ladies dying, especially in light of recent historical events. Any of you guys sad when the Queen died? Yeah, that was a little bit. See, I actually didn't feel anything when the Queen died, which I think was most likely the sertraline. But I felt like I had a bit of a... That's an antidepressant joke, sir. Makes sense. No, I actually didn't feel anything, but I felt like I had a duty to be a bit more upset. So I read a load of articles about the Queen, right? And one of them that jumped out to me was about how she used to use a handbag to give signals to her staff when she was at a big event. So let's say she was at a big function full of world leaders. She's chatting to one of them, but then she needs that conversation to end suddenly. So let's say she's talking to Justin Trudeau. He goes in for a hug, and she gets brown face paint all over her clothes. So the man likes to dress up. And then what she would do is take a handbag off one arm, put it on the other arm, and then someone would come along and interrupt that conversation. Very clever. Now, a second signal she'd give is she'd get a handbag, and then she'd put it on her finger like this, and then she'd spin it around and just throw it on the floor. And that meant she wanted a Capri Sun. So... And then a final signal she'd give, she'd get a handbag and she'd open it, and then she'd turn it upside down and shake it to show that it was empty. And that meant, for fuck's sake, we can't afford another one, Andrew. She looks 15. And all these articles I read about the Queen said the same thing, that she had a wonderful sense of humour, which is something I really didn't expect in a woman. And now she loved a practical joke. She loved a practical joke. She loved a prank, right? This one time, she just got a load of banana skins and just put them all over the floor in this tunnel in Paris. It was a great prank. So funny. It killed. I don't know. Call me a dreamer, but I think if the Queen had started putting her pranks on TikTok, she may have found the fame that she always craved. Any of you guys love TikTok? No, that's right, because it's for children. Sexy children. No, I can't do that. Weird. We'll save that for Lewis's set later. So basically, no, I don't know. Yeah. I've been with my girlfriend now for... She's of age. I feel like I should clarify that. I've been with my girlfriend now for 4 years, right? We live together, and it's getting to the point where I think she wants me to propose to her, because she's always giving me these cute little girl hints, you know? Like, cute things. Like, she'll grab a bag of Haribo, and she'll show me the gummy ring. Or she'll get like a straight edge razor and just like hold it to my throat crying. Just cute chick shit, right? But the issue is she said I've got to spend 3 months' salary on an engagement ring. Now, I'm a professional comedian. I sort of gig all over the country. I've done a bunch of TV. I'm not going to waste £600 on a ring. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much. She's a very traditional girl, which in her culture means she doesn't swallow, but she loves Disney. So, madam, what's your favourite classic Disney film?
Cinderella.
Which one, sorry?
Cinderella.
Cinderella. Okay. My girlfriend actually relates to Cinderella. I think it's because she also has to leave the party before midnight, or she transforms into a drunk cunt. It is terrible. It's no good. It's no good. Yeah, watch it. Can I call my beloved a drunk cunt in today? I think we can. I mean, we're at Comedy Unleashed, right? But I think we live in quite sensitive times. Do you guys agree? It's quite sensitive times? Yeah? Well, the reason why I think we do is because all my favourite childhood books are being rewritten by fucking sensitivity readers. Right? Do you guys know what these guys are? Yeah? Okay, if you don't know what a sensitivity reader is, imagine the worst person you've ever met. That's it. That's it. And what these fuckers do is they go into classic childhood literature. Sorry, they go into classic literature and they rewrite it all. And they've even come for my favourite childhood book, right? That hits home. They've even come for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and they've rewritten a bunch of the problematic language for modern audiences. So, for example, the Oompa Loompas, instead of being described as short orange savages, they're now described as Essex girls. So it's like... And then even, Augustus Gloop, the chubby kid, instead of being described as enormously fat and disgusting, he's now described as an Essex girl. So it's just political correctness gone. And they've even done it with, the everlasting gobstopper. They give something they give to every kid and every adult. Instead of being described as a potentially hazardous, untested research product, it's now called the AstraZeneca vaccine. So I don't know. Okay. That's what everybody wants. Terrifying cheers. Okay, yeah. No, I don't know. My point is, they shouldn't censor and rewrite books because they're part of our cultural fabric, And I'm not even one of those anti-woke comedians. I'm very progressive. I believe in all of the bullshit. But it's hey, look, I'm a progressive guy. If they want to put some 6'4" dude in a bikini, chuck him in a swimming pool, and have him absolutely decimate the women's 200-meter freestyle world record, I say go for it. And do you know why? Because to me, that is very funny. So I just think it's... and quite arousing, which is something I need to think about. Yeah. I do the show called Headliners. Have you guys ever seen it? Yeah? So we have to talk about the trans debate the whole time. And I'll say this. I feel the same way about trans women as I do people still wearing face masks. I only find it sexy when the Asians do it. That's my personal preference. That's my preference. Don't at me. I don't know. What's my point here? My point is that we shouldn't censor books. Do I have any big readers in? Yeah? Yeah? You fucking nerd. What are you reading at the moment?
Monkey Books.
Say again, sorry?
Monkey Books.
Spot the Dog. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. No. So, I've worked out my new favourite place to get books. It's at one of those those free book exchanges. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like you can drop a book, pick up a book. I pick one up maybe once a month, and I pick it at random. And the challenge I set myself is that I have to read it the entire way through, no matter what it is. And then most recently, the book I picked it up, had a picture of a creme brulee on the front, and it was a cookbook, and the title was Natural Harvest, a collection of semen-based recipes. And this is a real book. You can find it on Amazon. I promise you. And I'm going to read you the blurb, if it's okay with you, Comedy Unleashed. Okay. Natural Harvest, a collection of semen-based recipes. Semen is not only nutritious, but it also has a wonderful texture and amazing cooking properties. Like a fine wine or cheese, the taste of semen is complex and dynamic. Semen is inexpensive to produce. Ladies. And is commonly available in many, if not most, homes and restaurants. I learned two things reading this book. One, people aren't well. And two, if it's in the form of a creme brulee, my girlfriend will swallow. So anyway, I don't know. My point is that we shouldn't rewrite books. You know, like I can't put my phone in my pocket. Okay, wait, everyone just watch. Sick. Okay, so yeah. No, my point is that we shouldn't rewrite books. They're part of our cultural fabric. And I'm a big Roald Dahl fan, but I'm a Jew, so I don't think he's a big fan of mine. Any fellow Jews in the audience? Where are we looking? Yeah? Okay, nice. Fair enough. Got the seats on the side. Slightly cheaper. I respect that. That's great. Yeah. Yeah, because you're enjoying being a Jew at the moment? It's a bit of a spicy time. Yeah. Interesting time. Yes. Interesting. It's horrendous, but it's okay. It's okay. Like, so in this wonderful country of ours, up until recently, I've never sort of really experienced much anti-Semitism in my life. Oh, actually, there was one time, though, where I got shouted at on the way home from synagogue. I think I was asking for it. I was wearing a very slutty yarmulke at the time. It was small and leather and revealing. Had juicy written on the back. The Jewcy. The Jew likes it. Yeah. Hi, no, I'm not allowed to go down that route. I miss Leo Castro. Anyway, so basically, my point is that, yeah, up until recently, I've never really experienced much anti-Semitism, but I did recently learn about this thing called Jew face, right? And I learned about this because the actress Dame Helen Mirren got in a bunch of trouble for playing Golda Meir, who is the first Israeli female prime minister. And because she was a non-Jew playing a Jew, parts of the media like The Guardian and The Independent and other pretend newspapers said she was doing Jew face. Now this really resonated with me because Jew face was my nickname at secondary school. And it was a Jewish school. What a name, Jew face. Kind of sounds like a second-tier Batman villain. Jew face. Jew face. Jew face. It's a dark night in Gotham City. And atop a tall, empty skyscraper, Jew face stands alone. And he's about to commit a crime. Probably white collar. And just before he commits his crime, he does his trademark move. He reaches into his pocket and he takes out a coin and he flips it and he catches it. And then he invests it wisely. Coney Unleashed, you guys are my favorite audience. Thank you so much. Cheers. See you guys next time.